most significant milestone over the last few weeks, and it's probably one of the most significant milestones in the construction of the building, was the release, we call it, of the center node. Up until that time, the center node was supported by the temporary jacking tower and by a whole series of temporary cables that were on the building. And the big test for this roof system and design is when you ultimately release the support for that center node. And that's done once most of the cables are connected. We then lower the center node, and we lowered it initially 6 meters and removed the support from the temporary jacking tower. And the significance of that is to see if the building is performing as it was engineered and designed to do. And it is now doing that. It is on its own, it's not supported, and it's behaved exactly as was expected when the building was engineered. Well, basically what happens is we have permanent fabric installed over all of the seating area, and then in the center we have a retractable roof, and the retractable roof folds into a cone that is mounted just below what's called the center node, where you can see all of the cables being attached. And then there is a cover that goes up and covers it when it's in the open position, and all the fabric is hidden behind the cover, basically.
Okay. But just before we step out, I mean, I just look at this facility, and we've taken something here that's 25 years old, outdated, was well past its useful life. This is going to be a world-class facility. It will be amongst the best facilities of its kind, and something that everyone here in British Columbia should be proud of.
This is going to really make a very dramatic difference to the stadium, is the clear glass, which is being replaced. Of course, the old glass was a dark brown, and you didn't get a chance really to see out, and you didn't really see the activity in the building. Of course, because the building is no longer pressurized, all of the doors will be replaced in the building, and you'll no longer go through a pressurized building. So it'll be a much more comfortable experience when you enter the building. And then the plaza itself will be completely refinished with a new finish, new surface, and of course the installation of the Terry Fox commemorative sculpture.
So just before we move along, something that I think has not been kind of out there publicly in the media that is important for you to know is David's services on this as chair of PAVCO are provided for $1 a year, and he hasn't been paid yet. So we feel very, very fortunate to have the services of David in making sure that we have the technical expertise, that we're moving this project through on time and on budget. David, just on behalf of the government, but also all British Columbians, I want to say that, you know what? You're paid up for a year. So
you're just 4 years in arrears. We're more than halfway. I would say we're probably in excess of 60%, probably approaching 65%. Some of the work that goes now goes very fast relative to the first works. We don't have the same heavy lifts, and you're going to see very shortly, within a matter of weeks, that the fabrics start to go in. So you're going to start to see the building change in form very quickly.
Well, what a great facility. You know, as we sit here today, there's almost 600 people working on this site, making sure that it's going to be completed by September the 30th. It will be a world-class facility, and when you stand in the center of it and you look up, you just stand in awe. The new spears around the roof, the infrastructure that's in place, the lighting opportunities that are going to be associated with it. This is going to be a marvel that all British Columbians will be very proud of. So the budget for this particular project was $563 million. That includes all of the upgrades, including the seismic upgrades and the upgrades that were done before the Olympics. So that would include the washroom upgrades, some of the seating, the suites that we did, the concession stands and the like. So all of that work is actually included in the total cost. You're going to see a facility that is world class, that will last for 40 years and amortized out, will serve British Columbians well.